Hello, everybody. AEW Forbidden Door took place last night, and what an event this was. I know in my other video I talked about NXT. Two great events happening at the same time. Something was in the wrestling air. But without further ado, let's get right into it. We had the Young Bucks versus Mascara Dorada, and Mystico, the Young Bucks, come away with the win. And then Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kenny Omega. Kinda expected a bit more from this match, but nonetheless, great match. And then Bandito versus Jon Moxley. Anytime you get Jon Moxley in a match, you're most likely going to get a great match. And that was the case here. Jon Moxley comes away with the win, but not before leaving Bandito bloodied and battered. Starlight Kid versus Tekla. I finally learned to say her name correctly. I know I still probably messed it up, but hey, it's kind of right. And Tekla comes away with the win. And then after the match, cuts Starlight Kid's mask and just slaps it in the face of the Stardom Pro Wrestling president, I'm pretty sure he is. If I got that wrong, I am sorry. And then we had Cage and Cope versus the Dogs, Clark Connors and David Finlay. And then a big return in this match. Jay White is back, and I really hope he shows up on Dynamite. Happy he's back. Hopefully he can do big things in this run. And then Maya World versus Mercedes Moné. Mercedes comes away with the win. They really put Maya in a big spot in this match, and I will say she did deliver in this match. I think a potential TBS title run could be in the cards. And then a chaotic circular new circular steel cage that AEW has debuted. What a match. You had Team DC MJF, Don Callis family, and MJF against the conglomeration, which consists of, in this match, Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. And then we added on Konosuke Takeshita and Darby Allin. And in the end, Andrade turns on Don Callis family. YouTube, please do not give me any strikes. I'm sure you guys can see what Andrade's shirt says. So, yeah. The Leo Rush came out of a hockey bag in this match. Darby Allin practically exploded Kevin Knight, and Mark Briscoe got the pin in this match. Really a lot of chaotic stuff. There were oranges involved, broomsticks, thumbtacks, anything signature to AEW that you can think, which oranges really isn't signature, but if you're Orange Cassidy, it is. And then to close out the event, we had Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay. This match, I was at first questioning, well, why is this going to main event over a steel cage match? But these two definitely proved why they should have been in the main event, because they went all out in this match to go to all in. No, I'm not going to do that joke. All out to go all in. To go to all in. That's something. But Will Ospreay comes away with the win, and he will go to Wembley Stadium at All In. He wins the Owen Hart Cup and will challenge the world champion at that point, which there's a high chance that could be Mark Briscoe now, because we have MJF versus Mark Briscoe this Wednesday And also, I feel like I didn't talk about it enough. I was kind of focused on talking about how they put over Maya World in that match. But Mercedes Moné also winning the Owen Hart Cup. And she will challenge Tekla at All In. So that should be interesting. That's a title change I don't think will happen. I think we will definitely be seeing those two fight at All In. But that is going to be all for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in